Oh. The last card, you win. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, because right now M's gonna draw the last card, so I gotta do something now. So I'm like, okay, can I defeat both of these guys right now? And I can't, because I can attack one, that's one attack, and then I can attack, but then even if I defeat M, next turn, Porter draws a card and Porter wins. There's nothing I can do.
I feel like there's something you can do.
I drew a card that allows me to draw more cards.
Oh my.
No.
Oh, but then you want to destroy this card. Okay. Barely Bear, rearrange the top 3 cards of the deck and draw 1 card.
Wow.
Yeah.
This would be on top of that.
My quad.
Alright.
Good game,
Alright,
good
King
game.
Bo.
Oh.
King Mike Bo.
Guys, it was a pleasure. That took a lot.
Hello everybody, and this is week 138 of Dot Dream 7. Or 137? My god. We've done this for too long. So I actually did try to write down what I've done every single day, but I forgot to do it on Thursday because it was a massive day, so I don't think I'll be able to do that every single day, but I did write it down so you guys will know exactly what I've done every single day of the week. Monday, I worked on a new Taskmaster. So the original Taskmaster was the Steampunk Spiz that can do both the cannon abilities and a shaman explosion abilities. But then I thought, why don't I just try to work out some things Dhruv included in his script? And it worked out. So now I made a guy that spawns a lot of mini robots that runs at you and explodes at you. So it actually made it really, really fun. It actually finally made a minion that you have to interact differently. You can't just go up and randomly start attacking him because he has a minion of little robots protecting him. So you gotta do that, and it makes the gameplay much more different. The cannon enemies, cannon spids are also nerfed. So they used to do this shock, very short electric shock, but it's really hard to dodge that. So I changed it to a little blue slow moving orb. And it's just it's the same orb as the dagger one, but this one lasts a little bit longer and travels faster. Tuesday, I worked on the Ancient Stone Relic. So I've always wanted to add some sort of quick puzzle to change up the game mode a little bit. I wanted to make it so when you're playing the dungeon, the gameplay changes a little bit so you don't get bored of it. That's how I've seen some of the really good dungeons, they do it, where you'll interact with different things that forces you to play the game a little bit differently. So these Ancient Stone Relics are written in Xeric, and Xeric is something I've made a long time ago, since NEN. And now there's an updated font version too. So you guys will get to see NEN Xeric. And if you guys do find out how to decode it, it will make these Ancient Stone Relics much easier. I made it so they're written in 3-letter words. So it should be relatively easy to start piecing all the letters together. Wednesday was a fun day. I worked on Thames, which is a Reaper Bear. So there are 7 Reaper Bears in the game. They're the legendary Reaper Bears that stopped the Great Spids Bear War. And this is another Reaper Bear, so one of the super strong. He uses double ores. So it took me a little bit of time to animate all his abilities, but it's really fun to animate dual swords. I can see why all the anime people really like dual swords, because it's so cool when you're like flourishing your sword around and spinning around. And I also made it so the Reaper Bear isn't just an enemy you fight, but rather he's a shopkeeper in the dungeon that spawns randomly. So you can bring him the broken heart that you can get from these Ancient Stone Relics, and you can trade it with Thames for some dungeon boosts until the end of the dungeon, which is cool. And if you break his chest, you're gonna get a beatdown by the legendary Reaper Bear. And from then on forever, if you meet Thames, he's gonna beat your ass because you broke his chest. Unless I'm probably gonna add in something later where you can pay someone some honey and then you can pacify Thames. But I'll get to that when I get to that. Thursday is arguably the most important day of this week. I had the actors I talked to from last week, last week, the past 3 days. Oh my god, it's only been 3 weeks. I talked to them and they came, and then they acted out our Kickstarter video and our Kickstarter skit. So they came at 10:30 a.m. went to the park nearby. We started filming. It was really fun. They were champs, man. I really appreciate their help because I don't have a lot of experience with actual filming. So these guys actually helped me out with a lot of things. They even gave me suggestions on how they should act and how they should do. I loved how Porter and Mike both improvised a lot, and I think M, for her experience, I think she did really good as well. So later on that day, a bunch of my other friends came, which I feel kind of sorry for them because they came, and then they played a little bit, but then after that they just watched the actors play out the game for the final recording. All in all though, I am like 100% sure Buado is a very fun game and a very awesome group game. You can like hear it. It just warms my heart when you're like outside talking to action and just hear the inside when they're playing Buado, and you just hear them cheering and yelling and all that stuff. So you know the game is fun, and that makes me super happy. So anyways, long story short, the Kickstarter was the 2 videos were filmed. Well, technically it was 4 videos. We filmed all of that. A little worried if I'm missing some clips, but hey, we'll get to that when I get to that. Thanks to Porter reassuring me. But the actors, especially Mike, had a great time during the final game, and he won in a very fun way. Actually, I'll let you guys check that out right now. But yeah, that's generally it for the week. Friday, I was supposed to take a break because I was working 12 hours straight standing the day before and then clean up and all that stuff. So I end up not being able to do that. I was trying to look up some dungeons I can play just to get some experiences, but I just worked on the random dungeon boost. So now when you start the dungeon, in the very beginning, you're going to be able to pick up a random boost. So Eduardo will have an easier time when he's going through the dungeon, especially when you don't have too many things geared up. So that's generally it for the week. I'm extremely tired, but I'm super happy. I'll have to sift through all the recordings we've done to see what clips we can use and not. That's probably going to take a good week or 2. So I have what I have to do ready. Well, I have what I have to do laid out for me for the next few weeks. But Buado is going well, everything's going well. I'm happy to see everybody loves the card game, and I hope you guys will get your hands on a deck of Buado soon. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true fan and listens to the end. You are both. You shall find us here